So Hot Takes, the hottest sports betting podcast on the planet.
I'm Sean.
I'm Luke.
And I'm Sam.
And welcome back to Not So Hot Takes. Postseason episode, a little bit of a wrap-up, a little bit of a ceremony.
Army-Navy week.
We're talking college football. We're post the conference championships. We're looking ahead. We got the playoffs set. We got the bracket. A lot of question marks, a lot of anger, a lot of excitement, a lot of emotions flying around. But here we are. It was 60 degrees out here today, which was insane. I don't know, Luke. How's it feel out where you are?
Tomorrow it's going to be real feel in the negatives. But today it was not bad.
Yikes.
Are the people over there depressed that Ohio State didn't get a chance to play in the Big Ten championship?
I would say a lot of people were in shock that I think that a lot of people don't care about the season anymore because they lost to Michigan. I've been seeing a lot of people throughout the office say that they don't even really want to win the national championship because they'd rather have Ryan Day fired than win a natty. I've seen some people say that the season doesn't count because they lost to Michigan. I've been seeing a lot of different stuff around the office, but it's just fun to listen, be a fly on the wall.
Well, Ohio State not in the conference championship games. No games to pick, or two games this week. One that we're going to talk about. So we're going to spend a little time wrapping up what we saw last week, a little bit more than we usually do. So we're going to go game by game. We're going to say our picks as we go through. But we'll start in the Mountain West on Friday, I believe it was. Boise took the win on the blue turf against UNLV. I'll start. I had that future that I placed in August. I waited very long for it to hit. And I made millions of units. I swear, dude. We gamble responsibly. We gamble responsibly. But yeah, I took a win. Anybody else? I know you guys also had bets on this game.
I had UNLV plus 3.5. Obviously, just saying we couldn't get anything moving on offense. Not really much to talk about there.
Yeah, I had the over. I really thought this game was going to be explosive, but it was probably one of the most boring championship games. Probably the most boring championship game the entire weekend.
Not the most boring.
Unfortunately, it was not. We'll talk about it.
Depends how you look at it. But yeah, 21-7, Genty gets another touchdown. I wanted to take Boise State, but I didn't because I'm dumb.
Yeah, Genty's sick. That's kind of the whole conversation.
He went down to plus 800 now, the Heisman finalist.
Yeah,
it was plus 2,500 a week ago.
It's crazy. He's still plus 800.
He's gonna win.
But we'll talk Heisman later. Next up, we'll head over Big 12. I believe is the next game. Obviously, we'll say Army won. Congrats to them. We'll talk about Army a little bit later. Shout out the troops. Thank you. But next big game, Big 12. I believe this is a threesome win. I'm pretty sure.
Three-way.
We have not caught a lot of those this year. Arizona State, 45-19. Good God. Iowa State in the second half could not get the ball past the 50. And Cam Skattebo might have been white boy of the week. Actually, there's no might there.
Exciting white
of the week.
Yeah, he is definitely exciting white of the week. He earned that. But yeah, he can ball, man. He had a few runs where my jaw dropped to the floor. But yeah, their quarterback played well enough, and they covered it. First of all, we got it all as favorite, and by game time, it dropped all the way to 1.5 on the underdog side. They lost their leading receiver, and after all that, they win by 25, and there's really no sweat. Anybody else have a comment?
No, it was great. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it for that one.
Skattebo,
man, he can hoop.
He can play.
We'll go to the next one. Luke, I want you to take the reins on this one. The SEC, Georgia does it again. That's really it,
dude. I said in our group chat that I'm not going to say anything bad about this Georgia team after winning with Gunnar Stockton, I believe his name was.
Mm-hmm.
If you would have told me that this Georgia-Texas game went to overtime and the over didn't hit, I would have said you're a fucking liar. And that's exactly what happened. And they went to overtime and the over still didn't hit. So I after placing this bet and watching some of the pregame stuff, I was kind of with the pregame stuff for that and the Big Ten championship, I was kind of thinking in my head, I fucked up these totals. I swapped these totals hard. But yeah, I mean, great for kind of a cool little scene there of Carson Beck going out. A lot of people are saying torn UCL. I don't know what the official report is on his elbow, but being out all the second half and then coming back in for the final play. I know he just handed the ball off, but still a cool thing to see there. He didn't have a bad game to start. Just both defenses stepped up big time. Quinn Ewers, my God, he just for a game for him not to show up. This should not have been that game where he just was missing receivers left and right, and it was bad. I definitely think that Texas should be thinking about the possibility of starting Arch Manning for the playoff, but who knows if they will or not.
I mean, like you said, they just found every way to not hit a receiver. Quinn Ewers sucks. This was a loss for me, -2.5. I really thought Texas was going to win that game. I don't understand how you don't send the house. They're on the 2-yard line. Carson Beck comes in. He can't move his arm. He's running in like this. They were still playing in a pass defense. They did not stack the line, nothing. They rushed 4. And they had 2 linebackers step up. I still don't understand how do you not like load the box, because there's no way in hell he throws that ball. But it was also a loss in the parlay, which kicked out that parlay. I felt great about it, but whatever.
Yeah, I mentioned on the podcast last week, Texas was the one I was most confident about going into this week. It didn't work out. My hot take is that Quinn Ewers is just not good, man. Like we said,
I thought he'd be the best quarterback prospect to come out this season.
Yeah, he might be the worst.
Yeah.
Like we say, he didn't show up. What big game has he shown up in?
He lost to Georgia twice.
Like the biggest game he showed up is when they beat Bama last year on the road. Besides that, like the first Georgia game, nowhere to be found. This Georgia game, nowhere to be found. The Texas A&M game, they won 17-7. He didn't have a good game.
Like, he had a couple good passes, but nothing besides.
Yeah, that. Obviously the talent's there. He was a 5-star. This isn't some nobody, but like, dude, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. Shout out to Gunnar Stockton. Got his Sonic rings knocked out on the second to last play, dude. Holy Jesus. That was electric.
He got up too. He decided to come out.
Dude, it was like Lego, and you die in the game, and you just shatter in a million
and like
pieces.
all your like Lego pieces. That dude dropped about 6 blue chips on that hit, dude. He dropped about 6 grand.
Oh my God, that was.
He ate that shit though. He got right, but he got up.
Oh, he did. Yeah,
he didn't know where he was for about 10 seconds.
Oh, and shout out to him, dude, and shout out to the guy that hit him, because that was completely legal too. You gotta love legal football where they're hitting people.
When I saw a backup quarterback was coming in my mind, I'm like, oh, Texas is gonna smoke them. And then I remember that Georgia is still a powerhouse, and their backup is probably a 5-star. I was like, I don't know what he was at high school. I didn't do any research, but I'm like, he can't be bad. Like, it can't be as if like Hank Brown is coming in, or like somebody is like just not gonna matter.
Hank Brown mentioned.
Yeah. Very disappointed in Texas though, because let's remember when Carson Beck got hurt and came out of the game, Texas was winning the game. So Georgia's backup quarterback came in and beat them.
Yeah.
Like this isn't.
All it was check downs and screen passes. He did not. I don't think he threw a ball over 10 yards downfield.
But exactly. But at the same time, it's like they were losing. This isn't a spot where like they were winning, but oh man, the backup's in now. They have to hold on to the lead. No, he just took the lead. So very interesting. I don't know if this changes how I feel about Texas. Really, they might just have a Georgia problem. I know Josh Pate says that Texas just has a Georgia problem, and honestly,
Georgia has a Bama problem.
Yeah, exactly. Like they both just have a problem. I don't know if Texas might be able to beat every single other team in the country, but they always look like the inferior team against Georgia.
But guess what? If Georgia and Texas see each other again in the final, my entire mindset's going to be, ain't no way they lose to them in third.
Oh, yeah. They'll be favored, and I'll fall for it all over again.
I'll fall for it again. Every
all
time.
Right. Well, we'll save the last one. Next up, Clemson. My God, they did it. They did it again. The threesome. 1-1 on the week. I didn't get to watch this game. Obviously, there was another game on.
I watched it.
I caught the highlights, and I scrolled through the game log and everything. Luke, you go since you say.
Yeah. I had the YouTube TV set up, so I was able to have both games on at the same time and just back and forth the audio, whoever's on commercial. SMU was getting steamrolled to start the game. It was bad.
Yeah.
It was looking like a blowout. It was looking like shit. Just bad. And then SMU, man, lights out in the second half. It just wasn't enough. They put themselves in a hole with a couple turnovers early in the game. I think it was with a fumble, and I think they must have punt or something somewhere. I can't remember exactly, but they were lights out in the second half. They looked like the SMU that we had seen all season. Clemson. It could have been a mixture of them being on fire and the Clemson kind of letting off the gas a little bit with the lead that they had. But I see a lot of people. I know we're gonna talk about this later on, but I see a lot of people sleeping on SMU this week. But that second half performance that they had was something to watch. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, I agree with you, Luke. But the play calling after they tied the game was atrocious. Clemson gets the ball back with 40 seconds, 30 seconds, and you're playing a cover 2 man, and they throw a 40-yard pass right down the middle of the field, and then they get to kick a field goal. Like, I don't understand why you're not just playing prevent. Like, why are you still running man coverage with 40 seconds on the clock and they're on their own 30? I don't get it. You just let up a big pass and then they kick the field goal and win it. But SMU did look pretty good in that second half, like Luke's saying. We'll talk about it later as well. SMU's not a bad team. I don't think the ACC is that bad. Lane Kiffin was going off saying the ACC was ass and they deserved to be in, but I got SMU over Ole Miss, to be honest with you. If they played a head-to-head matchup at a neutral field, it's close. It's a close one.
Well, that's certainly a take. We'll end it. A shout out to that kicker, man. True freshman 56-yarder for the win in the ACC championship. That's electric.
He nailed it.
That's electric. I know. I think he had some struggles early in the year too, but
yeah. Then the play call, the announcer was cool. He was like, right before he kicked it, he goes, "Was to cement his name into Clemson history." And then right before he kicked it, and I was like,
yeah, it was McDonough. McDonough's electric, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, shit, he's gonna nail it. I was like, forever when I was watching, I was like, no way, true freshman, and this. I'm like, no way he hits this. Like there is not. There is no way. And then but as soon as I heard as soon as I heard him say that, I was like, he's gonna nail it. I was like, he's gonna nail it.
All right.
It was like simultaneous though. Like they had hit that. No, never mind. I wasn't simultaneous. I'm an idiot. That game, the OSU Penn State game, ended early.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to where you guys have been waiting for. Penn State unable to overcome Tez Johnson. I'll just say that. Oregon wins the Big Ten 45-37. Crazy game. I don't think it was the game anyone expected, to be honest. If you told me, if anyone tells you this is exactly what they saw coming, they're lying to you. There's
LeBron saw it coming.
Sure, I'd believe that. But yeah, Penn State looked good offensively. They outgained Oregon, had 519 yards, put up 37 points. It's hard to be mad at, especially the offense. But I sent a text I have a group chat with my dad and his friend from college, and pretty much every text is just complaining about the Reds or complaining about Penn State. But let me see if I can pull up the text. There's a lot of anger. Yeah, a lot of anger. But yeah, here it is. I said, I'm having fun, I will say. I like competing with good-ass teams. It was a different game than I felt like. I know we lost to Ohio State by 7, but that game was a whole hell of a lot less fun than this one, to be honest. It felt like we didn't have a shot against Ohio State. This one, it felt like, oh my God, we're putting up points. All we need we just need to grab a stop in there somewhere, which is not usually what you're expecting out of a team like this. But Oregon, man, they just got too much firepower. They got a veteran quarterback. That can evade pressure. They got an offensive line that's really good at holding, man. Like they've really perfected that. But I got to give him some credit. Obviously, they put up points. But Drew Aller, man, I've been saying it. He's gonna make some NFL GM look like a genius. That was one of maybe the best game I've seen him play in a Penn State uniform so far. Probably the best game I've seen him play in a Penn State uniform. That throw he made on that fourth down with the guy holding on to his undershirt and he's pulling him and he's leaning left and he throws a crossing route to Wallace in the end zone. Unbelievable. That's the stuff that makes you that pops on film. That's all I'll say. But anybody else have anything to say?
I mean, I'll take it since it's Penn State. It was fun to watch, and hindsight's always better. The only thing I wish from Drew Aller is a little bit more ball security. I like his aggressiveness with his throws. His throws were really, I mean, it didn't even look like Aller. It looked like Trace was out there, which is nuts. Minus a little bit of the running, but he avoided pressure to the best the best he could. I honestly thought that D line was going to give him hell all day. I thought this would be a defensive game, especially with Penn State's defense that didn't really show up. Hopefully they clean it up before SMU comes into town, but it was fun to watch. I don't think I was sitting at that game upset at all. I mean, he threw the bonehead pick late in the game, the almost pick six, but besides that, I was like, wow, like this team could make a run. If their defense just clicked a little bit, this team could make a run. They can beat Oregon. And I think the public was astonished. Like I saw one tweet, some guy looked up his TV, he wasn't watching the game, looked at halftime, Penn State was only down by 7. And he was like, what the hell is going on? But the -3 still cashed, of course.
Yeah, through those first 3 drives, I was like, this is about to get real ugly.
Yeah, that's what I texted.
As soon as that tight end jumped over our corner on the touchdown, the first one, I was like, oh no.
I watched them just with ease, that first drive and that second drive, just so I was like, but then again, like I said, the key to the games was going to be for Penn State's wide receivers have to get moving. They have to get open. They have to create space. And they were able to do that. And Drew Aller stepped up. Fun game.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of all there is to say about that.
Also, me and Sam had Miami, Ohio -3, and they lost 30.
It's just go past. They're on the list. They will never be bet on ever again.
I texted, shout out E-Man, he ran track at Miami, and I texted him before the game, and I said, you think that they're going to win this game? I was like, he goes, dude, they're Miami. They're so ass. And I was like, well, are you saying that just because you're a fan, or do you real deal think that they're going to win? He goes, I think they're going to win. Like, they're a better team. I was like, okay, put money on it. And then I texted him after I said, you're the worst. And then he said, well, that's why I stopped gambling. And I said, okay, you're right. And then I was like, I'm just going to, from now on in the MAC, I'm just going to bet on whoever has a better record.
Now, you guys got faded and lost to Timothy Chalamet.
I was about to say that.
That's really all there is to it.
I mean, even Pat McAfee took Miami. Everybody had Miami of Ohio.
He's a ball knower. He's a ball knower.
He does know ball.
Dude,
he's a ball knower.
They just laid an egg. Like, literally laid an egg.
Yeah. Well, I know, Luke, your dog of the week was UNLV. We talked about that one already. So we'll move that quick. I had Marshall because I had to pick one, and it hit. So that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
Sam?
Army. Salute the troops, boys. They never disappoint.
Shout out the troops. Shout out Paul Skeens.
Keeping the homeland safe.
All right. Well, that's all our picks. A little longer than usual on the review, but like we talked about, we're going to move in. Playoff was revealed. We're not going to be making any bets on the playoff this week. We're going to save that for next week, so you can tune. If you're looking for bets, make sure to tune in next week. This week, we're just going to have some fun. We're going to talk a little bit. We're going to make a couple predictions. We're going to have a ceremony. It'll be fun. The bracket's revealed. Sam, why don't you run me through the bracket?
Yes, let's get into it. So, we'll go to the top side of the bracket first. Prelims. We got number 9 Tennessee going into the shoe. Number 8 Ohio State. Prime time. Are we just gonna let's get into it? Let's talk about it.
No, let's just run me through the whole bracket.
The whole
first.
bracket.
Yeah,
okay.
The whole bracket first.
So, prelims, obviously, Tennessee, Ohio State. Then we got number 12 Clemson going into Texas, number 5. Then we got Indiana, number 10, going into Notre Dame, number 7. Then we got number 11 SMU going into Happy Valley, number 6 Penn State University.
And the bye teams?
Those bye teams. Number 1 Oregon, number 4 Arizona State, number 2 Georgia Bulldogs, number 3 Boise State.
All right. Well, you laid out the bracket. Gonna give some thoughts on the bracket. I just want to start off because we talked about this before. But now that the playoffs out, all the boneheads that didn't see this coming are making their thoughts known about something that I see people saying the committee is so bad. I see Joel Klatt saying the committee did a terrible job. They rewarded Penn State and they made it harder for Oregon. The committee had nothing to do with that. If you just used your head and looked at the bracket and how it was going to work, going in, this was before the season. We knew this was going to happen. everyone has been saying the 5 seed's better, the 6 seed's better, the 1 seed might be the worst place to be. And we've been saying this. But then as soon as Oregon gets it, and a team like Penn State, who I'm not saying, oh, it's Penn State against the world, but like there are a lot of people that don't like Penn State. Everyone in the South wants an SEC team to get a better route than Penn State. Let's be honest.
Half the Delaware Valley area around us hates Penn State. So they're all a bunch of Irish boys that have Irish tattoos just because they're Irish. They have no connection to Notre Dame, and they watched Rudy one time, got a leprechaun on their fucking calf, and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a Notre Dame fan. That's half the Delaware Valley.
Yeah. So now here we are. So a team that you don't like got the better. And I'm not saying, oh, it's good because Penn State. I've been saying that this system has been stupid literally all year. You both can attribute that. I've said it on the podcast.
Yeah.
And I know Penn State got off better. And I'm willing to say, I'm not saying it's a free ride, but it's definitely better than what other teams got. But for like people like Joel Klatt to say the committee messed this up is just boneheaded because we knew that this system was flawed from the very beginning. And if you just used your head and used your eyes, you could have been like, this was bad. I could see this coming. Someone else talk about it before I'm too negative.
You want to go,
I
Luke?
can't decide. Yeah, I can't decide who has a easier route if it's Penn State or Texas.
5 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like just on paper, it looks like Penn State has the easiest route just because you're playing SMU and then you're playing Boise State. But at the same time, like Arizona, I know they just dog walked, Iowa State, but their top wide receivers out for the season, had surgery, he's out. And Clemson, I think, could shock Texas too. I'm not counting Clemson out as a 12 seed. I just think my breakdown of it is I like the automatic bids in theory. It makes sense in theory, but when you look at it on paper, it seems like it should just be the top 4 teams. Like just the top 4 teams make it. But again, I think a lot more people kind of expected 1 through 4 to kind of be like Oregon or Ohio State, and then Georgia, the top team in the ACC, which should have been Clemson or SMU. Really, just Clemson, and then I guess it would have been. Or whoever was picked to win, BYU, I guess, was picked to win the Big 12 to start the season.
It was like Utah.
Yeah, it was Utah.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know. Yeah, which is crazy. It's going to be fun. I think that I'm excited to see a potential Georgia-Penn State matchup. I don't think that's something anybody really expected to see at some point. So that'll be kind of a fun game. Something we know we don't ever really get to see.
Relax.
What?
Just don't. We'll talk about it, but nothing's guaranteed.
Nothing's guaranteed, nothing at all. But I see Penn State's doing a little noon whiteout on next week. That'll be fun. So I saw the graphic. It was like first ever playoff whiteout, which is cool. It sucks it's at noon, but again, you can't really blame Big Noon kickoff for that. That's just kind of how it.
I still will.
They give us
right.
They give us Big Noon.
You're playing SMU. Yeah, I mean, that's a Big Noon kickoff problem, but this is how the scheduling works.
Yeah, I know. I think if it wasn't SMU, we would have gave us the night game. But yeah.
But they'd rather put the actual like Ohio State Tennessee is definitely not on paper. It's a better matchup.
It is. I'm not mad at it at all.
8:00 is a damn late game, though. I will say, being on the East Coast, 8:00 is late. I know it's on a Saturday, but you're gonna be watching that game till 11:30. Sam won't be getting home till about 4 a.m.
GG.
Or I guess Sam's. Never mind. I'm an idiot. It's at noon.
Yeah, you're not. Anyways, I mean, I still like it. I love the bracket. Like Luke said, we're getting crazy teams. I mean, we're gonna see Notre Dame play Georgia, probably. If
Whoa!
If I think they'll beat Indiana, but that's even if you see Indiana, Georgia, you see anybody play Boise State. Clemson, Texas alone is a great matchup. Tennessee, Ohio State's a great matchup. People are upset because their teams. I mean, imagine Ole Miss and Alabama don't lose 2 bullshit games. They both have 2 losses and they sneak in here. They're booting Indiana out. And pending if SMU had lost another game, they could have booted SMU out too and had Ole Miss and Alabama in there. Then you'd be like, okay, well, Penn State has to play Alabama ranked 11. Okay, and then Notre Dame would have to play Ole Miss ranked 10. Like, it's just the year. I think it'll clear up a little bit next year. It's just you you got your top 12 teams. You have 4 conference winners. I think the structure is good, unless you want to add 4 more teams and just give nobody buys. But then you're not really giving anybody a reward for winning their championship. In essence,
It's kind of just like, not gonna throw shade at Penn State, but it's kind of like, win every game except the big ones, you'll be in if you're a good enough team. Not throwing shade, just saying, like, let's just be realistic.
No, yeah, there's an argument to be made there for sure.
Penn State got a really, like, on paper, easy route, and they lost, Big Ten championship, and they lost to Ohio State, and they made sure to beat everybody else.
Yeah, but if that's an SEC championship, say next year, and it's number 1 Georgia versus number 4 Alabama or number 3 Alabama, and it goes 45-37, everybody would be like, okay, those are the best 2 teams in football. Like, you wouldn't really bat an eye at that.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, regular season. I'm more or less just talking regular season.
Yeah, I saw someone on Twitter put the bracket of what it would be if it wasn't automatic buys, and to me, it just made so much more sense. I don't remember exactly how it played out, but it made I'll try to find it and retweet it on our Twitter account. So if you want to follow, Luke, hit me with the plug right now.
Yeah, it's Not So Hot Takes, 2 underscores on the Twitter, and subscribe to the YouTube Not So Hot Takes with 2 S's.
Thank you. But I'll try to find it. I'll retweet it. But that's enough talk about bitching and moaning about the playoff. Well, we're gonna do something fun, something non-binding. No money's being thrown around here. We're just gonna do something fun. We're gonna do our consensus bracket prediction. How we're gonna do this? We're gonna go through all the games. We have 3 of us here, so that's a good number when you're trying to make predictions. Yeah. Hopefully we don't have that many threesomes because it is probably like 2 and 7 on the year or something.
Dude,
like
imagine me, you, and Luke, pretty much. Jay-Z, Diddy, and LeBron.
Okay. Jay-Z, Diddy, and Leonard Fournette. Have you seen that video?
No, I said LeBron.
It's like a video of Jay-Z and Diddy, and everyone keeps sending it like they look like terrible people. And then in the video is also Leonard Fournette for no reason. But anyway, yeah, we're going to run through it. We're going to make our picks. Each of us are going to say who we think would win that specific game. Whoever gets the majority, 2 or 3 or 3 or 3, we're going to advance, and we're going to pick a national championship that way.
All right, so you want the first game?
Give me the first game.
Number 9, Tennessee Volunteers versus the number 8 Ohio State Buckeyes.
It's 8 p.m. Saturday game. There's an SEC team, so Luke, you start us off.
Yeah, I'm going to take Ohio State in this one. For the simple reason that they don't have to play Michigan. They're at home against, Tennessee. Like, that place is going to be rocking for sure. I'm a little biased and hoping that they make it, because even if they don't make it, there's a small possibility I'll be at the Rose Bowl. But either way, it'd be more fun to see Ohio State win that game, but I think they will. I don't think Nico's really built for this yet. I think give another season will be under his belt. Ohio State just has more weapons. If they can, not run the ball on 3rd and 8 a bunch of times, and they can kind of abuse Tennessee's bad secondary, then we can do it. Then they can pull this out hopefully pretty handily. There's just too many weapons to cover. You got a good running back group, and then you got a really good wide receiver core. That is something Tennessee's going to be able to compete with.
Sam?
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to agree with Luke here. Not saying that you're wrong, Luke. Just I don't like Ohio State. I agree with everything you said. Yamaleva, whatever you want to say. I just another year under his belt, a little more of a veteran presence, he'd be fine. I think the shoe might get to him. Like, it's tough. It's a tough atmosphere. You get 102,000 people in that stadium. That place is going to be rocking. I'm going with the Buckeyes.
My question is, how do they respond? Or do they care that much?
There's a good chance they could get booed out of the stadium if they don't score on the first drive.
Yeah, like I know the fan mindset and the team mindset is so different, but like the fan mindset after the Michigan loss, like I know Luke, we talked about it off air a little bit. How you said you talked to people and it's like, oh, the season's over already. Oh, like we'd rather lose maybe because we can get rid of Day. Oh, like we lost to Michigan. Who cares? I don't even want to win the Natty because I just want to beat Michigan. Is there an inkling of that in the locker room? And if there is, Tennessee's not a team that you're just gonna waltz over. Like this isn't this is not like Tennessee's good. They're really good defense, good run game, and they can get guys open. It's just a matter of if Nico's gonna hit them. Like I've watched him overthrow so many touchdowns this year whenever I watch Tennessee. Like there are more points to be left on the board. I'm gonna go with Ohio State as well, so we're gonna advance them. But Tennessee's live here. This isn't a waltz over. I know it's kind of a big spread, but
we're not talking spread yet. We're just gonna go money lines right now. Just
I
the
know.
winners.
All right, say hit me with the next one.
Let's move into Texas. We got the number 12 Clemson Tigers. Go Tigers versus the number 5 Texas Longhorns. Luke, what are we feeling?
I'm going to take Clemson in this game. I think that this team is really well coached. Dabo Swinney is just, he's a leader of men. I'm not taking any shots at anybody. He's a leader of men. He's somebody you want to lead a locker room. And historically, Texas loses all their big games at home. They historically lose big games at home. I think that Clemson's going to walk in there. I would say it's a hungry dog runs faster mentality because everybody's running fast right now. It's win or go home time. But I think Clemson's going to outplay them, outcoach them. I think Clay Klubnik is a really good quarterback. He's had some troubles here and there this season, but he's kind of turned around. And if Quinn Ewers is at the helm, I'd almost feel more confident picking Texas if Arch Manning was starting this game, but he's not, and so I'm gonna roll the dice here and go Clemson in this game.
Yeah, I mean,
feel free to fade me, but I'm just saying that's my vibe.
No, someone's got to do it this week, or not this week, next week. Someone's got to do it. Like you said, Klubnik, he's got 3,300 passing yards, I think, with 33 TDs, 5 interceptions. He's a good quarterback. Ewers sucks. I mean, it's 25 TDs but 9 interceptions. I don't know. I really don't know. They spread the ball around a lot. Like they spread it out well. They don't have any 1,000-yard receivers, Texas, but they move the ball. But Quinn Ewers sucked. I don't know if it's. I'm just so torn on this game because I don't know if it's just them playing Georgia, like you're saying, that's just their kryptonite. But Clemson doesn't look like a bad team. Dabo isn't a bad coach. Dabo's been in a national championship and beat Saban in a national championship. Alabama. Someone's got to do it. I'm going Clemson.
All right, well, that advances Clemson. I'm taking Texas. I'm pretty sure Clemson's running back is still banged up. I think that Clemson. I get what you're saying, Luke, because it's not hungry dogs run faster, but it's house money. That's how I look at it.
Right.
Like Clemson's playing with house money. They've done everything that they thought they could do, pretty much. So is it house money or is it resting on your laurels? And to me, Texas is more talented. And honestly, I know Quinn Ewers. We talked a lot of shit about Quinn Ewers. And I think that the thing that makes me feel good is that if Quinn Ewers is not playing well again, they're going to put Arch in. That's how I think about it. So yeah. I feel like they're going to get decent quarterback play no matter. It's either going to be Quinn Ewers is playing well or they're going to take him out. There's no leash to be had here. Like you need to win the game. So I would go Texas, but we've advanced Clemson. It's majority rules here. We are a democracy here.
Do we want to finish that bracket or move down to the other prelims?
We'll move down.
Let's move down. Number 10, Indiana versus number 7, Notre Dame.
It means more in Indiana.
The Hoosiers versus the Fighting Irish. Luke, do you want to go or do you want me to go first?
I'll go. Make it quick. It's going to be Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a better ball club than Indiana is. Indiana has some good pieces. It was kind of fun while it lasted. We saw them in a big game against Ohio State. I just don't think that they're really built for this quite yet. I think, they're getting stepping stones here, but Notre Dame's been here before. They know, I know everybody else talks about they don't play anybody, yada, 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 but I think Notre Dame's better than they were when they took that loss against NIU, so I'm going to take the Fighting Irish here.
They better be.
Yeah, I would agree, and I think Notre Dame's going to beat them on the ground. Jeremiah loves just running the ball like he loves to run the ball. 949 rush yards, 15 touchdowns. Xavier Watts has 5 interceptions on defense. It might prove a little bit of a problem for Curtis Rourke. Rourke has been incredible this year, though. 70.4% completion rate. 27 TDs. Guess how many interceptions? Only 4.
Not a lot.
Not a lot at all. He knows how to throw the ball. They have no, like Luke mentioned this 2 podcasts ago. Indiana has no Q1 wins. They got blown out 38-15 against OSU, and then one of their notable wins was 20-15 against Michigan, and that game doesn't really mean much to Michigan, and that game doesn't really mean much to Indiana. So Indiana pretty much played a crappy Michigan. It's not the same matchup as Michigan Ohio State. I would take Notre Dame here, and we hinted at spread. I might take Notre Dame spread.
You say that. Tell me who Notre Dame's best win is.
Yeah, agreed. I
Texas
agree with
A&M
that
23-13.
What?
Louisville 31-24. They killed Army 49-14. I know, but
those. I'm sorry, those don't really move the needle for me. Like they're good wins, and you need to win your games. But like, we're not going to sit here and say Indiana hasn't beat everyone. Notre Dame's beat everybody. Like
right.
they
Indiana gives up 24 to Maryland. They won that game 38-24.
Yeah, conference games, it happens.
But tough.
Like Notre Dame gave up 35 to USC.
They also lost to Northern Illinois.
Yeah, like this. But at the same time, like if Notre Dame loses this game,
they're never making it in the bracket ever again.
They lose to Indiana. They lose the state. They lose at home for twice as favorites of over a touchdown. The other one was a lot, I'm sure. I don't even remember what the spread was. It was so long ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, give me Notre Dame, but give me him close. Give me him close.
Close.
Last game.
I'm close. Penn State. Number 11 SMU. The Mustangs. Can't drive a Mustang into Happy Valley, baby, especially when it might be snowing. Number 6, Penn State and Nittany Lions. Do we go first on this one, or do we just let Luke go and then we unload the clip?
Are you picking Penn State?
Fuck yeah, I am.
We're picking Penn. We're picking Penn State, so you go.
I'm taking Penn State.
Okay. So we can move on. SMU, good team. I think the matchup and the weather are big factors here. Like it's not a great matchup. It's not good weather for a team from SMU. They had an icy mountain in their graphic when they had a game in Charlotte, and now they have to go play in Happy Valley. Like that's
an actual icy mountain.
I'm not overlooking them. I'm not overlooking them. Please, whoever's listening, we're not overlooking them. But it feels like a decent matchup.
Yeah, in Penn State, I mean, they could show if their offensive line looked like it clicked against a really, really, really scary defensive line with Oregon.
They were hooping.
I mean, Singleton and Allen, they both have 1 has 7 touchdowns, 6 touchdowns. Both have over 800 yards rushing. Warren has over 1,000 yards receiving, 6 touchdowns. Those are receiving touchdowns. It gets a little dicey in the wide receiver core, but they all seem to show up. I mean, Wallace didn't look that bad against Oregon. Evans didn't either.
That's it. No one else had a catch.
Huh?
No one else had a catch, so you might as well stop there.
I know. That's what Clifford is let down. That's what one thing I want to say. You see Clifford on the field a lot, and he just. I mean, I think he has 300 or 280 total yards this year.
He was pretty good for like a 3-game stretch, and then he disappeared again.
Yeah, he fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah. Shout out Clifford. Shout out Sean Clifford. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, I think the trenches are going to help us win this game, especially when SMU is going to want to run the ball aggressively like they do.
Well, all right. Well, that takes us to the second round.
Round 2. Uh-oh. They're back.
State, Oregon.
This is a big rematch. Number 1, Oregon Ducks playing the number 8 Ohio State Buckeyes. That'll be at a neutral field. What are we feeling?
I want to pull something up because FanDuel has hypotheticals. So I want to give you some for all these games. I want to give hypothetical spreads.
Let's hear it.
Ohio State, Oregon would be Oregon minus 1.5 at minus 104. So pretty much a pick 'em here.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Oregon in this matchup. I heard a comparison that I'll never get out of my head. They gave Will Howard the keys to a Ferrari when he's a quarterback that should be driving an F-150. With the team, the weapons that this team has, he's not the quarterback to be running this. He's not the quarterback that's designed for this program. I think that Oregon's going to be able to they're not going to have to travel. It's going to be on the West Coast. They're going to stay on the West Coast. It's going to be fun. I think Oregon's going to take this again. I think Ohio State's going to crumble again. I just don't think that they're going to be able to take them in this game.
Yeah. The only thing that scares me is I mean, I know Indiana hasn't played anybody good, but Ohio State whooped them. Ohio State they just out of nowhere they'll come and just win a game handily. They've done it for years, but they have a history of choking in the playoffs. Give me Oregon.
Well, that advances Oregon. I'll save my thoughts so that just in case this happens, I don't want to divulge all our secrets. Nah, I want to have something to talk about because I feel like this is going to happen. I'll just say Ohio State, just to have some fun. But Oregon still advances.
Next one.
Clemson.
We've got
ASU.
number 4, the Arizona State Sun Devils. Number 12, Clemson Tigers. Go Tigers. What are we feeling?
Oh, hypothetical line. Clemson minus 4.5.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm taking Clemson in this game. I think ASU. It's been fun. It's been real. It's been real fun this season. I think that's kind of where the rubber meets the road. With the injuries they have, they can beat up on an Iowa State team, but I think Clemson's light years ahead, better than Iowa State. And again, I think it's house money. I mean, they're both playing with house money here, so it's kind of, not a lot. I mean, not a ton to lose for each team. Wouldn't really expect it to be here, but Clemson, I think, handles this game pretty easily. I think their run defense is going to be good enough to stop Scatterbo, and ASU doesn't really have enough weapons to cover. I saw a stat that like their wide receiver that got hurt had like 75 receptions on the year, and the next highest was their tight end who had like 35. And then their next highest wide receiver had like 25 on the season.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their second highest receiver, like receiving yards, was Scatterbo.
Yeah.
Sam?
I don't know. I kind of want to just go with the Cinderella story, man. Scatterbo might just have a nice game running the ball, but then again, that you got Dabo Swinney coaching. I think Clemson's fit for this spot. They showed up against SMU, and frankly, I think SMU's a better team than Arizona State. Give me Clemson.
Yeah, we're running long a little bit, so we're gonna go a little quicker. I would pick Arizona State in this game, but I am outnumbered again. Feel like I'm getting tag teamed a bunch in this.
That's fun. Let's go into it.
Then we'll switch this up. Sam and Sean go first on this pick, and then I think we might all have the same pick in this one.
Well, number 7 Notre Dame versus number 2 Georgia. Give me Notre Dame. I think Georgia are frauds. I think they're frauds.
Hypothetical line.
8.5.
Notre Dame minus 1.5. Wow.
I'm taking Notre Dame.
Is this with Carson Beck out?
They're assuming he's not playing.
They said his career might be.
He hurt his UCL. They don't know if he tore it, but they said it's his UCL, so he's probably not.
I'm taking Notre Dame. I think they're legit this year. I seriously do. I think they're legit. I think that Northern Illinois team just had to be on maybe some Kansas City black magic. I don't know. I'm taking Notre Dame in this. I think they're a better team, and I think Georgia is so fraudulent.
John, you go.
Oh, I take Georgia. Georgia.
I would also take Georgia in this game, even with Carson Beck out.
Yeah, give me Georgia. I think the rest of their roster is just more talented, and I think that they would know how to. I mean, their backup came in and scored more points than Texas, and Texas is probably better than Notre Dame. So give me
that. Notre Dame offensive line will not hold up against Georgia's defense.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to slow down the run game enough, force Riley Leonard to try to beat him down the field, and then that would be the downfall. But we can move on quick. Give me the next game.
Penn State, number 6. Number 3, Boise State.
Hypothetical line. What do we think?
6.5 Penn State.
No, it's like 8.5.
11.5.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm taking Penn State. UNLV shut down Boise State for 21 points. We can just move on.
Yes.
Number 6, Penn State. Okay. We're going to the semifinals. Number 1, Oregon. Number 12, Clemson. Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Ducks.
I'm taking Oregon. Sean, you're taking Oregon as well. I don't even think it's no.
Yeah.
Then we go into a big one. Georgia, Penn State. Do they have hypotheticals for that or no?
Oh, I did see it. I think it was Georgia minus 1.5.
I got to go with them. Penn State University. I think we can expose them. We have the same caliber defense, and their offense is in shambles, and our offense seemed to have clicked.
I think it's a coin flip. Like the line seems like the line seems it's a coin flip. I lean Georgia only because then I think you start creeping into the James Franklin big game factor a little bit. Just a little bit. Like you gotta put it into effect. Like
that would be very deep into the James Franklin and big game.
Right. I think he would have an aneurysm, like pop a blood vessel in his forehead, like sleeping the night before. I mean, I'm gonna lean Penn State honestly, taking that game. So then that leaves us with a Penn State Oregon natty.
And I think Penn State comes back around. I think
I didn't even get my pick.
My bad.
I didn't even get my pick. I would pick Georgia over Penn State. I think I think if Georgia got to that point with their backup quarterback in, they'd be in a groove and it wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
And I think that Georgia's roster across the board is better than Penn State's.
Yeah, flip mine. I'm going Georgia.
No,
Flip
too late.
mine. I'm going Georgia.
It's too late. Wait, no, I'll
Fuck.
give you Georgia.
No, you can.
I want Georgia.
So
I was leaning both, but
our championship.
We went chalk, dude.
You guys are idiots. Yeah, number 1 Oregon Ducks versus number 2 Georgia Bulldogs. Great job, guys.
I don't know. I picked against Clemson. I picked against Oregon. I picked against. No, that was it on that side. So this is your guys' doing. You guys tag team me this whole
You just
bracket.
picked Georgia over your own team. Man, I thought you were real, man. Not even going to the playoff game.
I'm picking Oregon against Georgia.
I go Georgia. So up to you, Sam.
I mean, I thought Penn State would beat Georgia, and I think Penn State is the only team that has a chance at beating Oregon. So I'm taking Oregon.
All right. Well, congrats, guys.
Oregon's
We
in
took the
there.
1
We
seed
took
beating
the
the
number
2
1
seed in
seed.
the chip.
Congrats.
This is why you tune in, ladies.
And I hope I'm wrong. And I hope to God I'm wrong. I hope to God that it's Clemson and SMU.
I don't. Oh,
What?
God.
Fuck,
Relax.
dude.
Hold on. Way too much of a
That would
flip.
be the
Way
worst.
too much of a
That would
flip.
be the worst championship.
A good one would be also be like Boise State and ASU.
No, a good one would be like
In what, the
Indiana-
5th place game?
Indiana, Tennessee.
no if Ohio,
I'd like to see Tennessee go on a run. I think
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
or
That'd be
Ohio
fine.
State if they figure it out and you see Ohio
No,
State.
I don't wanna see
Georgia,
Ohio.
I think Tennessee could win. Oh well, either way, this
Tennessee's
is what we
last.
got.
All right, well, we ran long on that. We ran long. So we're going to move into everyone's favorite segment. We got trivia. It's trivia time.
Oh boy.
It's trivia time.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun, dun.
I did it a little differently than we usually do it. Let me pull it up. I got some effort into this one. All right. So I have one question for each of you about your team.
Okay.
And then I have 2 questions. Did you guys bring something to write with?
Yes.
I did.
Okay. So you're going to need it because I'm going to ask
And
you
it's-
guys the same question.
Oh,
But, like, we don't have a buzzer system, so I can't, because Luke will be a little bit behind on our end. So I'm giving you
Yes.
both a chance to answer it. And then my last one is the same question, but it'll be different answers for each of you.
all right, go ahead.
Okay.
All right. So I'll start with each one of your questions. You don't have to write it down because I'm only asking
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
of you.
fine.
Who wants it first?
Okay.
I'll take it first, dude. Fuck it.
Sam?
Sam was probably Googling all day today Penn State trivia questions and just looking them up.
All right. So for your first questions, I don't have a whole paragraph. Maybe I'll try and think of it off the
Okay.
dome.
No,
All right.
just go
Off
for
the
it.
dome,
Okay.
off the dome.
Just rip it off.
Just rip it.
All right. Well, James Franklin, what is he known to do? Luke?
Lose the big games.
Yes.
I was
Okay.
gonna say,
All right. All right. Well, Sam, who is the last top 10 opponent James Franklin has defeated?
it's Ohio State.
Final answer.
They were ranked 2, yeah.
Final answer.
Final
Incorrect. Very wrong. Very wrong. He's won 2 more since then. First of all, the Big Ten championship was against Wisconsin. They're top 10. They were top 10 at the time. The correct answer was Sean Clifford in the Rose Bowl beat number 10 Utah.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
That's
my
a bad
fault.
start because
I
that was the
didn't-
easy one. That's
I
a bad
didn't think
start.
through. I didn't think through it. My bad.
Well, you seem to never do, man. You got to lock
I was
in.
thinking regular season, last top 10 opponent. That's the first one that came to mind.
Okay. Well,
That's on me. That's what I should have.
Luke,
Yes.
did Auburn make a bowl game this year? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you a question about bowl games. See?
Okay.
Yeah. Lead in.
Go
So
ahead. Yeah.
we do topical questions here.
Of course.
What is Auburn's biggest margin of victory in a bowl game in your lifetime? You were born when?
2000.
Okay, so what is their biggest margin of victory in a bowl game in your lifetime? I'll give you extra points if you can tell me the bowl game that it was and who they played.
I want to say I feel like we've played in the Outback Bowl so many times since I've been alive. I feel like I've seen like 6 Outback Bowls.
The Alamo Bowl with Colorado this year.
Dude.
Remember the
Who
Alamo.
did we? Are you asking the bowl? You're asking the bowl game?
You can give me the bowl game. You can give me who they beat. You can give me the year. Just give me something.
2000. I hope it wasn't before I was like a true. 2009 was like my first like. It was like my first true year. Dude, it's got to be before then because I feel like we've lost a ton of bowl games. Yeah, maybe it was an Outback Bowl in like 2016 or something. Maybe it was 2015. I'm gonna say Outback Bowl I don't know what year.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That is incorrect.
Mm.
It was not too long ago. Jared Stidham and the Auburn Tigers defeated Purdue 63-14 in the 2018 Music City Bowl.
Whoa, the Taylor Swift
Which
Bowl.
is crazy because we were like number 4 at the time, and then we lost to Georgia in the SEC championship after donkey stomping them 2 weeks before that.
Got to play in the Music City Bowl. Woo! But yeah, they put up 56 points at halftime.
Yeah.
All right.
Incredible.
Next question. This is for both of you, and you're going to write down your answers. There's multiple answers. You get more points for the more answers you get. Okay. Are you ready? This one has a lead. Travis Hunter has the opportunity to do something this year that is rarely done in the recent history of college football. The Heisman Trophy winners have been dominated by quarterbacks and running backs, though there have been 4 winners who played other positions since 1980. Can you name all 4? Write them down. Let me know when
other positions besides quarterback and running backs?
Yes.
Okay.
There have been 4 since 1980.
Not quarterback, not running back.
Yes. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Luke, you can cut this part out. Sorry to give you extra work.
You're good.
No.
I have 2.
I mean, I got 2, but I don't know how good they are.
Oh my. Minute 30. If you both finish that week. Dude, I don't know what you're going to put. I'm expecting some donkey shit answers.
That's pretty shit,
dude. Since 1980.
One's hilarious.
Oh no.
It's bad.
It's going to be like Jahan Dotson. No, it's not. Yeah.
I need 2 more. How many you got right now, Luke?
I have 2.
I have
45 seconds.
But I think my one is way off. I think my years are off.
You don't have to give me the year.
Is one a defensive player? Can I get a
I'm
hint?
not telling you. You might have 0.
Shut up, dude. I definitely do have
30
0.
seconds.
No, I have them.
All 4?
You think you have all 4?
They're gettable.
So.
They're definitely gettable. If you played like NCAA football 13 when they had that Heisman mode.
It took me a little bit of thinking, but I got it.
Dude,
10 seconds.
No, I got 3.
4, 3, 2, 1. That's time. All right, who wants to go first?
Me.
I want to hear Sam's first.
Okay.
I'll give 1. Can I give 1?
Okay. Yeah, I give 1.
Devontae Smith.
Yes, that's one. That's one. Luke, did you have him?
I did have him.
Okay. Sam, give me a second one.
Henry Ruggs III.
No.
They played for the same team.
Wrong.
Luke, did you have him?
I did not have him.
Who's your second? Go ahead.
Give me a second one.
Charles Woodson.
Correct.
Did not have him.
Correct. There's your
That's
defensive player.
insane.
How did you not? I thought that was the one you were going to get.
No, because I was thinking of the name. Because I just saw it today. I was scrolling Instagram.
When you said you had 2,
Yeah.
I thought you had Smith and Woodson.
The fact
No.
that you don't know Charles Woodson is crazy.
Okay. All right. Give me a third, Sam.
Well, I'm going to save
He
my
has no
4th
idea.
because I know it's right. But my third was
Oh no.
Randy Moss.
Okay. You know,
Not bad.
it's not the
Not
worst
bad
guess in
guess.
the world. It's
Not a
wrong.
word yet.
It's wrong.
Was he in the running? I think he might have been in the running.
Probably. Luke.
Go ahead.
Desmond Howard.
Correct.
From Michigan.
Correct. That's 3.
Did not have him.
Sam, you don't have the 4th. No way.
You don't have the 4th.
You don't
one.
have-
I don't even have a 4th written down.
I thought you said you had a 4th.
I said I don't have a 4th.
Oh, okay. Luke, give me a 4th.
Tim Brown. from
Correct. That is all 4.
Great job, Luke.
Well done. Well done. Henry Ruggs III.
That's insane.
Henry
Randy
Ruggs.
Moss wasn't a bad guess.
Randy Moss was not the worst guess in the world.
I saw Charles Woodson today
All right.
because I was looking through Heisman's.
Okay,
The fact
well,
that you don't know who Charles Woodson is insane.
No, I
Luke has 4 points. Sam has 1 through 2 questions.
I almost put Deion Sanders on there, but
Yeah, no, he did not. All right.
Sam, I'm surprised you didn't put Deion Sanders on there.
that
Randy Moss
would have been a
was
better guess than Henry Ruggs.
I don't know. He's a killer, man.
Oh God. All right, next question. This is the same format.
Man, let me get a new sticky note here.
All right. With the expansion of the CFP to 12 teams this year, we have seen 6 teams make the playoff for the first time. The 4-team playoff is remembered for repeat appearances from teams including the likes of Alabama and Clemson. Those 7 teams were one-time participants of the 4-team CFP, including this year's 1-seed Oregon and 5-seed Texas just last year. Oregon was in 2014. Who were the other 5 teams that only made one 4-team college football playoff?
They've only made it once.
They only made one 4-team playoff.
So not multiple years.
Yes.
How many is it?
Here's a hint. None of them are in the playoff this year because there were 2 that did that, and I told you both of them right now.
Yeah.
Did you just...
I misunderstood the question.
They made the playoff one time during the 4-team era. Name all 5.
I got one right off the bat.
This one is not that hard, but you might just forget.
They've only made one.
They made one 4-team playoff. And the hint is they're not in it this year because I told you the 2 that would have been that answer.
I don't know if one's right or one's wrong. We're about to find out.
I have the years here too, so if you want to be a teacher's pet, you can give me the years. Sam, just worried about getting
You said 5, right?
There are 5.
I'm trying to get the years right.
Yo,
See me after class.
he's trying to get the years right too. Son.
What do you mean, son?
Get some extra credit, boy. Hey now. You got 50 seconds.
Yeah.
You're done. You got 5?
Yeah.
Okay, Luke, are you done?
I feel good about him.
No, because I thought I had some, and then I'm just thinking through all the years, and I definitely.
All right, you got 30 seconds.
I have
Okay, Henry Ruggs.
Bro.
Henry Ruggs is crazy.
You set a receiver on the same team as the one that you actually knew. Look. Yeah, they gave co-Heismans. You got 10 seconds.
Okay. I think one's wrong, but I could.
2, 1. Pencils down.
We're good.
I've got at least 2
We're good.
wrong. but we're good.
Pencils down. Okay. All right. Luke, give me your first one.
Cincinnati, 2021.
Correct. Did you have
Wow.
Cincinnati?
No.
No.
Yeah.
They were either going to be the one you forget.
Gardner was on.
Yeah. They were either going to be
That
the
was the
forgettable
first
one
one.
or the most memorable one there.
Cincinnati made it in 2021.
Yeah, they lost to
They
Bama
went
by like.
undefeated. And
$14.
yeah, they got blown out.
It wasn't
Oh,
that.
yeah,
It was better than I thought it would be. But yeah.
Should I
All right.
get my first one?
Give me your first one, Sam.
TCU Horned Frogs.
Correct.
2022 also had that one.
Correct. Well done. Well done. Luke, give me another one.
Michigan State, 2015.
Correct.
Wow.
Correct.
I didn't have that one.
All right, Sam, give me another one.
West Virginia.
No,
Wait, maybe I meant Virginia Tech.
that's still wrong.
All right.
Luke,
Florida State in 2014. James
Correct.
Winston
Wow.
Senior
correct.
for junior.
Sam, give me another one. Are you out?
Do I want to?
Go ahead.
Ole Miss.
No, never
No.
made it. Luke,
Was A&M? Did A&M get in there?
no. No,
They were close.
no. Is
I
that
have
all?
2 that I think are wrong.
I have
Well,
two
I had
more that I think are
Washington. I had Washington and Oklahoma, but I think Oklahoma made it multiple years.
Washington is
Washington's right.
incorrect also. They made it multiple years with Browning and Penix.
My last 2, I have North Carolina Tar Heels and USC.
No, both incorrect.
Who is?
Was
There's 2
was
more,
Oklahoma
right?
wrong?
There's one more. I'll give you both one more guess.
Can you give us a
what?
hint?
Can I get a conference?
I can't give you the conference, but I can give you a hint that like you probably think they made it multiple years.
Okay.
Do you want one more? Do you want one more hint that's going to give it away?
Yeah, conference.
No.
No, I'm not giving you.
Did Iowa make it?
No, they would have made it if they beat Michigan State that year, but Michigan State won.
We think they've made it more than
I have a
once.
very-
Ohio State.
No, they made it a
That's
billion
what I thought.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, they made it. Like,
I'll.
I'm thinking ACC.
I have one more hint that will give it away. Do you want that one?
Okay.
Florida.
Yeah.
They won the national championship.
Bama, Ohio State. I'm going by year.
Sam wore his jersey a couple weeks ago.
LSU.
Oh, LSU.
Yes.
Fucking stupid.
Wow.
Yes.
Sleeper.
LSU.
God, I'm a moron.
All right. Well, that was a fun one. That was a fun one. Luke with 4 points. Sam with 1.
2.
What was your second one?
TCU.
That was your. I thought that was your only point.
Oh, I
There's
think-
your only one.
Oh, 2 total. Yes,
Yeah,
2
yeah.
total. So, Luke with
So I had 8 points.
8. Sam with 2.
We're getting there.
I have one last question. I need you guys to commit to something beforehand or not. You can't know the question. Do you want it to be multiple choice or do you want to just rip it?
We'll do multiple choice for Sam's benefit because Sam's not going to know.
Sure.
If it's open response.
Okay. You guys want multiple choice. All right. This is the same question for both of you, but you have to answer it based off your team. Okay? Who is the last player from your favorite team to finish top 5 in Heisman voting?
Okay.
Okay, multiple choice. Luke, here.
Oh, this could get interesting.
Luke, here are your choices. Trey Mason, Jarrett Stidham, Cam Newton, Kerryon Johnson. Sam, your multiple choices. Trace McSorley, Michael Robinson, Derek Williams, Saquon Barkley.
I think I know. I'm going to go Trey Mason. Final answer.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Incorrect. Sam?
Say mine again.
Jared fucking Stidham.
Say mine again.
Trace McSorley, Michael Robinson, Derek Williams, Saquon Barkley.
They're all. I feel like the Barkley's
just guess.
Barkley. Final answer.
Final answer?
Yeah.
That's correct.
All right.
Jared fucking Stidham. This fucking guy.
That's He's still wrong.
You. It's Kerryon Johnson.
It's a trick question. 5. It's Cam Newton.
Trey Mason didn't finish top 5?
6th.
I thought he went to New York. I'm almost positive he went to New York.
He finished 6th. I knew if it was multiple choice, it might have been easier for you. Or it was easier for him. If it was not multiple choice, it would have been easier for you.
Agreed.
Kerryon Johnson finished 9th, and Jared Stidham did not finish top 10.
I didn't think he did either. I was like, no way. I thought Trey Mason made it to New York. I don't know.
Like, I checked today, he was 6th.
You would think runner-up on a national championship team, either the running back or quarterback is going to be there. So
yeah. All right. Well, that's all I have. Do you guys each have a player like I told you to bring?
I actually wrote a question.
I do.
Oh, you have a question?
Oh yeah.
Oh, give me a question.
Okay.
Give me the question.
Okay. So in recent light, everybody is throwing a fit over the Heisman, saying that a Heisman winner who is expected to win, Travis Hunter, he should not be a Heisman winner because he is in the Alamo Bowl. Sean, do you know the last Heisman winner that played in the Alamo Bowl? The most recent.
Yes.
Who?
I do.
Who is it?
It's Robert Griffin.
What team did he play for?
He played for Baylor.
And do you know how crazy that game was or no?
Yes. Oh, who'd they play?
So correct. He is correct.
Who'd they play?
The latest Heisman winner to play in the Alamo Bowl was 2011, RG3.
Oh my God. Was it A&M?
Baylor. He was on Baylor.
Yes.
They played Texas A&M.
Oh my God.
It's ball. This guy
you know the score of that game?
No, I don't know the score.
67-56.
I knew it was nuts. Oh, dude.
I brought a player for you, Hawk.
All right, give it to me.
Bobby Wagner. Where did he go to college?
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, Bobby Wagner's. Because he could be literally, you could tell me any school and I believe you. He feels like Florida, but I know it's not.
Do you want me to give you like a region?
Sure.
It is on the western half of the United States.
I did have a player for you, by the way.
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me turn my brain. This is punishment for me asking you guys tough questions.
Yes.
For all the listeners, I told them to bring questions for me because I felt bad. Oh, that's a good question.
You're not going to get it. I don't think.
Let's give him 20 seconds.
Stanford.
No, he went to Utah State.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was not getting that one. That's a good one.
Do you want to hear my easy one for you?
That's a good one. Yeah.
I just picked one.
What college did Pat McAfee go to?
West Virginia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, that's light. Bobby Wagner, Utah State. It does sound kind of familiar now, but it would never have clicked. Oh, well, that was fun. Fun, fellas. Next, we're going to do something else that's fun. We're going to go into our awards ceremony. We have a couple awards to give out. We're going to go with the less prestigious one first. We're going to talk about the Heisman. Just wait for the second one. So we had our trusty committee bring ballots in. Send in the top 5. I compiled all the votes. A lot of votes.
A lot of votes.
If you're not picking it up, it was us 3. And I have our Heisman winner. So I'm going to start with some honorable mentions. Starting off, Curtis Rourke of Indiana.
Great.
Honorable mention. Next up, Harold Fannin of Bowling Green. Congrats. And last honorable mention was Cam Ward of Miami.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Honorable mention.
Did not break the top 5.
Nope.
Did not break the top 5. All right, we're gonna move into the top 5.
Are we going 5 up?
We're gonna go 5 up.
Woo!
We're gonna go 5 up.
That's a lot.
5th place for the not so hot takes Heisman. You know him, you love him. Tight end Tyler Warren.
Congratulations,
Tyler Warren. 5th place.
The glasses though, it makes you look less scary.
Arrhenius on all counts.
Yeah.
Next up, 4th place, Dylan Gabriel.
Great job, Dylan.
Dylan Gabriel.
You still suck.
Dylan Gabriel. We'll give a little bit behind the curtain. Dylan Gabriel got 2 4th place votes. That's how he ended up in 4th.
Wow.
Left off 1 ballot. Won't say who. We all know who it is.
Sam, you didn't put him on your ballot?
He was 4th on my ballot.
Yeah, I left him
You
off.
left them all.
Oh, you left him off?
I left
a
him
hater,
off.
bro.
I left him off.
I was bipartisan.
Moron.
I was completely like.
Well, Sam left Cam Ward off his ballot.
I don't think he's that good.
That's insane.
Cam Ward's more deserving. No, okay, wait. No, everyone has their own votes. Everyone has their
Come on.
We are a
Yeah.
committee.
It's secrecy.
We are sworn to secrecy.
Never mind. I had Cam Ward as my winner.
We'll move on. 3rd place, cracker of the week. Cam
Yes, the exciting
Scattaboo.
night. Yes.
Boy, Cam Scattaboo.
3rd place, Cam Scattaboo.
Wait, that's racist.
Cam Scattaboo sweat the 3rd place votes.
If you don't stand for the next 2 and clap, that's we know.
Next up, 2nd place. He plays both sides of the ball.
Wait a minute, you just got to announce. Oh shit. Well, go ahead.
He plays both sides of the ball. That's why he's number 2. Travis Hunter.
Probably a clean sweep.
Which means your Heisman winner, number 1, Hank Brown. No, what? No, it's Ashton Genty. It's Ashton Genty. Congratulations, Genty. You won the Heisman. The not so hot takes Heisman. He'd give a speech, but he'll be on next week. I'm kidding. Next up,
He's gonna win.
our second award of the night, fellas. We have the Not So Hot Award. Not So Hot Award.
So, just a little bit of background. This is the most mentioned person on our podcast. Somebody we wanted to give this award
It's
to.
subjective, yeah.
Whether it's good or bad,
And
you'll see a mix of both.
It most encapsulates the pod.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hecticness, the left and right, the ups and downs.
Yeah.
This person 100% deserves this award.
It could be person, team, conference,
Anything.
coach.
Referees, cheating
You'll
referees
see.
in the
There,
NFL.
we had
What?
we had 13 people up for the award.
Holy shit.
So not a lot of overlap on the ballots. I'm gonna run through all of them. We have one winner, and everyone else is honorable mention.
Everybody else is honorable mention.
Well, yeah, because you'll see, because no one got more than.
Well, no,
never
there
mind.
had to be 2 people with the same, or just 1.
Hold on, we're gonna run through. We're gonna run through. All right. Actually, no, we have a first place, a second place, and then all honorable mentions. All right, first honorable mention, Indiana. Wow.
Great
Honorable
season.
mention. Honorable
Came out of
mention.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Great job,
good for them.
Indiana.
Good for them.
Go
Love it.
Next up, we're going to stay in the Big Ten. We're going to go to Nebraska.
Nice.
Yeah, they are here.
Nice.
They're definitely here.
They suck.
They're here. Next up, Ashton Genty. Wow. Yeah.
Ashton.
Yeah.
Probably on the good side.
Yeah.
Probably the good side
we
of
like
pod.
him around here. We like him around here. Next up, Brian Kelly. Ooh.
Yep.
Brian Kelly.
Big time.
Great year. Next up, BYU.
Nice.
The Cougs.
Wow.
The Cougs.
Let down, but
Cougs.
great wagon.
Next up, Jalen Milrow.
Yeah,
Milrow.
mid-row is right. Mid-row is right.
Wow, congratulations. Next up, Kansas. The Jayhawks. They had to be here.
Jayhawks.
They had to be
They're
here.
going to be back better than ever next
They
year.
had to be here. Shout out to Jalen Daniels, whichever one you please. Next up, all of the troops.
All
all
the
of
troops.
the
Shout out
troops.
the troops. I'm
All the
surprised they
troops.
didn't win.
All the troops. I'm really disappointed they didn't. I
Yeah,
thought they would. I
we
thought it'd be
missed
a
the mark
runaway.
on this one. We
I,
missed the mark.
unfortunately, they only made one ballot, and I won't say whose it was.
Secrecy.
It might have been someone who
Secrecy.
respects troops.
Secrecy.
It was me. I mean, what? Next up, James Franklin.
Huge win.
Congratulations. Next up, Ryan Day.
Ryan Day, the big
One day.
Congratulations.
2 big pussy coaches,
Yeah.
Big Ten coaches.
All right, here we go. We got first place and we got second place. Should I do first or should I do second?
Give me second because we don't know who it is.
Second place, the Fighting Farmers.
Yeah,
The
Illinois.
Fighting Farmers. I thought they'd be on everyone's ballot, but somehow they got left off someone's ballot.
No way. There's no way you left it off. There's no way that you left it off. There's no way that you were the one who left it off the ballot.
Look, I kind of
the Fighting Farmers. That's my team.
The thing that embodies not so hot takes. The thing that embodies not so hot takes.
If it's not Illinois, man.
But it's not. You'll see who it is.
It feels like it is. It feels like a snub.
Because I have a feeling I know who it is. Can I announce our winner?
No, I got it.
No.
Go ahead.
We got our winner by a landslide. Unanimous. Peyton Thorne.
Congratulations.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank God he's gone. I hope he never plays another down of football.
Peyton Thorne.
Incredible.
God.
What a guy. I'm still, I'm hurt. I know I'm part of the committee, but I'm still hurt. It feels like a snub. It really does.
Dude, Fighting Farmers, dude, the fact that Sam didn't
I went more personal.
I can't.
How's that not more personal? You picked.
I picked all people.
When you had Brian Kelly on your ballot and not Illinois, my heart shattered into a million pieces. I can't believe you didn't even have BYU on your ballot.
I didn't think team. I think person.
Snub.
I want to give one person the award, and I think Peyton Thorne deserves it.
Oh, it's a snub. All right. Well, dude, we're running late. We're going to talk about the big game of the week. Who is it? You might ask.
The Troops.
Game of the year.
Game of the year.
Could this potential threesome?
Here we are.
It might be.
Navy, Army. Where's the game? Baltimore, I think?
Yep.
Baltimore.
3:00 Saturday. Army is 6.5-point favorites over the Naval Academy. Over-under's at 39. What are we thinking, fellas?
I mean,
Army minus 6.5. Shout out Matt Weaver, served in the Army, was deployed.
Shout out Matt.
Gotta go with Army. Yep.
I agree with that.
Gotta go Army minus 6.5.
If that's not a threesome, I don't know what it is.
I'm taking Army minus 6.5. They're the only ones that look competent against a decent game. Navy got murdered a couple times.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's a threesome.
That's quick.
Yeah. So,
how do we feel over under real quick though? 39.
39. I feel like it's low. I mean,
the Academy unders are like the most profitable system of all time. Like you bet them, they're like 78-4 since like something. But this is also these are different.
This is the first year that both teams are passing the ball.
Yeah, this is different. So I don't know. I would lean over.
All right. Well,
but we're gonna touch on one more thing. This is a little bit of a surprise. Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
UNC.
Yep.
What are we thinking, fellas?
I'll tell you one thing, real quick. Everybody says, "Oh, we're not sure if he can recruit." He recruited a 24-year-old girlfriend, buddy. Okay, you don't think he can recruit these young kids? I do. I do think it's funny him being an NFL coach who's a hard ass. Because like in today's day and age, you pretty much have to bow to the feet of these players and give them NIL money. But I don't know. I think that might be a next big time.
Yeah, I think a lot of it, the pipeline and stuff makes sense. I don't think Bill Belichick's going to do any recruiting until the player's on campus. As soon as he's on campus, then Bill will sit down and have a chat with him. But I mean, I imagine any ex-NFL player who has a kid who's able to play Division I football is going to send him there. Like he's going to be like, "You want to go to the NFL? This is the guy to go play under for the next 3 years." And so, do I think that being an NFL pipeline is going to translate to success in college? I don't. But at the end of the day, it'll be fun to watch. I'm not going to hate on him. I'm not going to sit here and say it's not going to work because I've learned my lesson on fading Bill Belichick.
I feel like it's either going to be really good or it's going to be an utter disaster. Like I really don't feel like there's any in between. Like they're either going to churn kids out to the NFL or like it's not going to work in the absolute slightest. But
didn't he announce it on like the Pat McAfee show? I think that's even crazier.
Probably. But all right, well, Luke, last thing, we ran a little long, so I'll give you your Auburn 30 seconds. Hank Brown in the portal. How we feeling?
Hank Brown, Garriner's in the portal. Everybody except Walker White, who was our stud recruit last year, one of our stud recruits last year. They're good. I mean, there's no room for them to play. I saw that the projection has Hank Brown going to Iowa, I think is what it was, so good luck to him. There's just no room for him. We got a 5-star quarterback, the number 4 quarterback in the country coming in next year. I think he's the number 9 overall recruit in the country. Deuce Knight signed his letter of intent. And then we're looking to get some portal quarterbacks. We're looking at the Duke quarterback right now. He's looking as an option. I know that we're talking with, I can't remember the dude's name from Texas A&M, and I know we're talking to the dude Kate and then Salter from Liberty.
And Jackson Arnold.
Run with for a year. Yeah, and Jackson Arnold. I hope he just goes to Mississippi State, but I don't want him. Yeah, whatever. Have fun. Good luck. We'll see how it ends up.
All right. Well, we had some fun today.
Oh yeah.
Not a lot of picks, so if that's what you came for, we do apologize. Come back next week. We're going to go through everything on the more betting side. This week was more about a little bit of recap, a little bit of fun, a little bit of embarrassment, a little bit of Sam snubbing his favorite teams from the one award where he's allowed to talk about them.
Look, let me talk.
Don't worry. I know what you're thinking. The season can't be over. No, it's not. We will be covering all of the playoff come next week.
Oh, we will be back.
And you know what we're going to do? We're going to gamble very responsibly, and we're also going to we're going to follow, and we're going to share. You better believe it.
Yeah, Luke, hit me with the Twitter one more time.
Yep, follow the Twitter at Not So Hot Takes 2_. Subscribe to the YouTube Not So Hot Takes 2_. Like, comment, all the above, like Sam mentioned.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Catch us next week. Let's have some fun with the playoff, man.
Yeah, and I will let you know. I'll be at Penn State, so I'm going to try everything in my power to get those live updates out.
Good luck. Thanks for listening.
Good luck.